gonna do that. I don't look like that in regular basis. I'm probably mad because they lost. Played a good game, but I'm gonna go on the record and say that he got off the hook.
Yeah.
You look at it's one key play in this game that could have changed the whole outcome of basically Golden State being up 2-0. And it wasn't the it wasn't the it was the block shot on Draymond Green on LeBron James. If you go back and look at that replay, I think it's less than 20 seconds left. I want to say maybe 15, 13.
Like 28.
No, it was lower. It was lower than that. It was lower than that. I'm gonna tell you how I know, because when Draymond Green blocked that shot, for one.
Oh, you're right. It was
for
like,
one, Cleveland was already down one, I believe.
Yeah.
And when Draymond Green blocked that shot.
No, they were tied. I believe. No.
No, it was.
They were down by one.
They were down by one.
Right.
And when Draymond Green blocked that shot, Iguodala grabbed the ball, did a hell of a good job grabbing the ball before it went out of bounds, and he threw the ball, which in the heat of the moment, it would have been a tough catch if you weren't expecting it, but the way he threw it kind of like a behind the pass to save it out of bounds, and the ball literally went basically between Stephen Curry's legs. If Stephen Curry catches that ball, they basically got the ball, they can basically hold it, and Cleveland gonna have to foul, which it would have been Stephen Curry because he would have had the ball already. Stephen Curry knocks 2 free throws down. They're up by 4 with less than, I'm going to say, probably 12, 10 seconds left. In that situation, the way Cleveland was playing, the game's basically over.
Yeah.
That's the key to play of the game, which I can't blame that on Steph because Draymond Green made a hell of a play coming from that other side of the goal. So I can't blame it on Steph, but that was a big, big key point after everything else built up. But my take on it from the overall performance, it was a good game, but I still think, like I said, hats off to Cleveland, but I don't think that Curry's going to have a bad game. We've all seen Stephen Curry hit shots. Kobe Bryant himself tweeted in these playoffs, he said that Stephen Curry is a guy that when you defend Stephen Curry, you want, as a defender, you want to make him take tough, difficult shots. But the thing about Stephen Curry, those difficult, tough shots are some of his best shots.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not like he hits them luck. That's what he does. That's his release. He can hit contested shots, so you can't stop him. LeBron said you can't stop him. So I will give Dellavedova for frustrating him. You look at the fact that at the end of the day, okay, yeah, he's carried a lot of load, but he's not going to bring a championship. It takes a team to win. If Dellavedova doesn't knock down those 2 free throws, they lose the game. If James Jones doesn't hit those threes in the third quarter, it wouldn't have been on that run to create some separation between them and Golden State. It's a lot of things that take into effect. You gotta have good teammates. You gotta have teammates you can trust. Like J.R. Smith, he got off the hook tonight. J.R. Smith basically was on the verge of costing the Cavaliers the finals because, like I said, Golden State had no business being in that position.
As they played.
Yes, I mean even in that position. No, even the fact Steph Curry. Okay, 2 things you look at. One, with Stephen Curry, his bad shooting, and then you mix in the early foul trouble with Klay Thompson.
Mm-hmm.
Those were the 2 biggest things that affected Golden State's offense early on.
Yep.
Yes, Golden State has a deep bench. They have a deep team where they got guys that they can count on to make plays. But when your 2 best players are in both trouble, I mean, you look at it. Okay, Stephen Curry had a bad shooting night, right? Okay, you take that into account. Okay, maybe you get going. Klay Thompson was probably on the verge of having a 35-point game, maybe even more. The way he was scoring in bunches, and it wasn't like these were shots that was open. He was taking contested shots and making them difficult, and he was in the rhythm. And when he gets those 2 early fouls in the first quarter, he basically has to sit. Yeah. And you look at that, you take that into account. Now you got to look at, okay, that throws him off. So now Stephen Curry was already shooting bad. Usually Stephen Curry and Klay, they call them brothers because they literally feed off each other. The one's having a bad game, the other usually has a good game. If one has a good game, the other one, he'll step in and they'll kind of feed off each other that way. But in this case, it's different because Stephen Curry never could get in the flow. Another reason was the fact that you look at a lot of fouls as a shooter. As a shooter, you want to get a rhythm. You want to keep a rhythm throughout the game. And when you have a lot of fouls being called, a lot of free throws, a lot of stopping the game, it's a lot of this. It's hard to really develop a rhythm. So now you look at now Stephen Curry is basically trying to force shots. He looked like he forced shots, but basically he's just trying to get his rhythm back. For a shooter, all you gotta do is see that ball go in hoop one time, and you can look at it. If he hit a shot, he'll probably bust out 6-8 points here. But Stephen Curry never really had a rhythm. He forced a lot of contested shots, and he tried to make a lot of things difficult. Where he just could. He needed to go back to just playing what he usually do, and just let the game come to him.
But you can see that the reason why it was a bad game for him is because of frustration. Yes, the Cavs, they stepped up their defense, but at the same time, you gotta look at the calls that were made and everything. Klay Thompson's second foul that he made wasn't even a foul. It wasn't even a foul. They called it on him. That frustration builds up, and for him to be the leader of the team, that frustrates him a lot.
Yeah.
That's just how it is. It's built up frustration, and that calls for him a bad game. Unnecessary turnovers, unnecessary this, unnecessary that. It is what it is. What are your predictions for Game 3?
I think that Golden State. First off, I'm just going to say this. I think Golden State's going to come out aggressive, and I think they're going to come out with a different mindset. And I think I will watch Stephen Curry. I definitely will look for him to have a big game. And another thing people got to take into account is this is not new for Golden State. I mean, you look at the Memphis series. They were pretty much in the same position. I mean, they had to have a hard-fought game at home. They lost one. It was an emotional game for Memphis because Conley had broken nose or something. So that was an emotional win for Memphis. They go back to Memphis, and Stephen Curry, the Warriors basically sealed the deal on the road and finished them off in Golden State. And me personally, I picked Golden State 5 from before the series even started. And it wasn't because I don't hate LeBron. I don't hate Cleveland. I'm looking at statistics. I always said that I gave Cleveland one game, and that's because I gave the Cleveland one game. But me personally, I thought it was gonna be Game 3. I did not see Cleveland winning on the road in Golden State. I did, but a lot of that you give credit to Cleveland, but a lot of that Golden State is not playing their type of basketball. They're playing Cleveland type basketball. So I think Golden State has to be the aggressor in Game 3 instead of letting Cleveland bring the game to them.
They got to get their mojo back.
And you look at really this game was basically possessions away. I mean, you look at some missed opportunities for Golden State in this game. I mean, if the guy would have missed that wide open dunk at the end of the second quarter, that's 2 points right there. Klay Thompson gets fouled in the 3. He hits the 3. And he misses the free throw. That could have been a 4-point play. Little things that could have easily shaped the difference in this game. So I definitely think Golden State can take Game 3, win back home court, and Game 4. I can see that Game 4 will be another. I think Game 4 will be like Game 2. I think it's gonna be a physical game, but I think this time Golden State will make the necessary adjustments and not make the turnovers they made, and I can see them winning both games on the road and finish them in Game 5 like I predicted. Finishing Game 5, and I think Game 5 will be an emotional game for Golden State, and I think it's gonna be a close game. It's not gonna be a blowout. I think Game 3 is gonna be the game that's really gonna. I think that's the game that you're really gonna see Golden State play that type of basketball, and Cleveland's gonna try to, come back Game 4, but I say Golden State in 5, and I'm sticking to my pick. I'm not going to change unless Cleveland win. Then obviously my pick's wrong. But as far as right now, my pick is I'm sticking to it. If he wins a ring for Cleveland, he's going to go down as the most celebrated man in the state of Ohio. Which they already talking about building this man a statue. Which is in my opinion for Cleveland. Okay, I can see that, but it's still not smart. It's stupid because I mean, you basically trying to be like Chicago Bulls with Michael Jordan. I mean, how many rings Michael Jordan got, and how many times he been to the finals? Do the math. He's undefeated. LeBron. I mean, for this situation, I mean, I will say if he wins this, if he finds a way to win this championship, get this third ring, it will be a bigger accomplishment than he's ever did. He's ever accomplished one of the biggest things he's ever accomplished in his career. I will say that, but the odds of that happening, that it will be more of Golden State having to give them the championship.
Pretty much, yeah.
Because like I said, you've gotten 2 games out of LeBron. First game he gives you 44 points. He pretty much plays the whole game. So you got the total package of that. Then you get triple-double LeBron, the triple-double LeBron who pretty much does everything. So you got 2 packages, and both outcomes, both on winning overtime, and both games you've either lost by 3 or 2, or no, I think game 1 they lost by 7 or 8, I believe. But game 2 you win by 2. So you look at both factors. It's not like LeBron is doing something. He just doing all this. Both games, he gave you his best, and he barely won by 2.
Oh, question of the day. What happened to his cramps?
I don't know. I don't know.
What happened to his cramps? Someone answered that below.